What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Dreamsicle CC channel. I'm Dreamsicle CC, and hopefully this will be my first actual upload to the channel. I know it's been a while since my intro video. I know I kept talking about that I wanted to make videos, but school came up. Yes, that is my smoke detector. You will hear that, and I'm sorry about that. I'm working on getting that fixed. It needs a new battery, but I don't know why every time I put a new one in, it just does that. So I'm gonna figure that out. But today we're going to be going over my Tamayura deck profile. This is the deck I'm going to be bringing to the Anaheim Regionals on the 17th, I believe. And yeah, let's just get into it. So this is the ride line right here. We have the grade 0 Tamayura, normal grade 0. If you go second, you draw a card. It just matters that it has the name. This is the grade 1. If you play this over a Tamayura, you're going to search your top 7 for a twin, the Ririmi or the Rarami. You're going to add it into your hand. The grade 2 gets a Ririmi or Rarami from drop, which means your pitch fodder for whatever you're riding, your grade 1 or grade 2, immediately just goes back to your hand if it's a twin. Really nice because you get to play cards for free. I love that. And then, of course, you have your grade 3, which is just your main columns, which we'll get to in the rest of the deck. So, let's get into the triggers first. They're the easiest because, it's just triggers for Dragon Empire. We have 4 of the effect trigger. This is really important. This is a soul deck. So it does come up where you need to play this card from your hand just to get it into your soul. If you ever need to soul blast 2 for a Ririmi or a Nanami effect, or if you just need to do a soul swap to get your ones out of your drop, which I'll explain into a little later. We have 4 normal heals. I don't like playing the effect heals in this deck. I feel like it just doesn't come up too often in which you would need to. So I figured 4 of the normal heals would be fine. Next, we have 4 of the effect fronts. I only have 2 right now in Hollow. I have 2 of the normal ones. I am getting the other 2 in the mail, so hopefully those come soon within the next couple of days before the tournament. But I am running the effect fronts for this tournament. They are super good. I am in Rainbow and triggers for this, and I did see a couple versions that were running instead of fronts extra crits, but I felt like crits just never came up as much as I wanted them to the extra times, and fronts just mattered so much more when you're doing a 5 attacks step. So I'm doing the rainbow triggers because I just feel like fronts are good. We have 3 draws. The draws aren't really important in this deck. You draw off your twins, and you draw off a bunch of other stuff in the deck. So I'm only running 3. It's really good defensively. It's really good pitch fodder. If you just need to pitch something to ride. And yeah, the shield is bad, and that's why you just pitch them. But the draw is also really good, so that's why we're playing it. And then of course we have the 1 over. What can I say? If you get this, it turns your 5 attack turn into a 7 attack turn if you have extra twins. It's amazing, it's great, it's wonderful. Now we're going to get into the actual units. We are running 3 of the Twin Buckler Dragon. You will see why we are only running 3, of course. I'm assuming most of you who are in the competitive scene probably already know why, because of a certain card, wink wink. So we are only running 3 of the Twin Buckler Dragon. It's a PG. Of course you have to run it. We are running 4 of Stealth Fiend Forktail. This card just says put a twin into your soul, which you need. Your twins activate in soul when you swing with your grade 3 Tamayura. It's going to be how you net advantage and it turns your normal attacks into 5 attack turns by just calling these kind of units to the front. And hopefully when you persona ride, it turns all your units, especially the grade 1s, really big. So you play one, put something in soul, they're really big, you swing, put them back into your soul, do a 5 attack combo because you call your twins out when you're grade 3 attacks. So they're really good. Next, we have 3 copies of Orlando. Orlando is just another way for you to net soul. When a grade 3 attacks, it just puts itself into soul and it gives you grade 3 of 5,000 power. Really good in this deck. Eventually, when the new Ririmis and Nanamis come out, I do plan on taking these out. They basically do what this card does, but 10 times better because it does it for the entire linear zone. Pardon me for not knowing language, by the way. I'm kind of new into standard, so I'm really hoping this just works out for me this weekend. And I bought this for cheap, so I figured, why not bring it? Next, let's get into the grade 2s. Of course, we have 4 of each twin. Best Girl and Best Girl 2, as I like to say. These cards are just amazing. They're so great. They both get effects when the other twin is on the board. You pitch them, you get them back. They're super easily searchable by a bunch of cards in your deck, whether they're being put into soul or into your hand by the ride line. They're just overall really cool. And yeah, and how these are supposed to get into your soul is they have an effect where if they get retired from the Guardian Zone, they just go straight into your soul. So if you have them stuck in your hand, you discard them, they go into your soul, you recall them out on your grade 3 turn. So really good cards. They're main point in the deck. They become really big too when you have your grade 3 Tamayura out. And yeah, The only other grade 2s we're running is 2 copies of Motive Stealth Rogue Tsubugi. These do come up in the case situations where you have the twins in your drop and you have no way to get them out. It basically does a soul swap, so on cast you're going to Soul Blast 1 to put a Stealth or Glitter card from your drop back into your soul. So if you're ever missing a twin and you have a bunch in drop, because you say Soul Blasted them, you just do a soul swap, as I like to call it with these cards. So that's why I'm only playing at a 2. It only comes up in super case situations because most of the time you have your twins in soul anyways. So that's it for the grade 2s. Getting into the grade 3s, of course, we have 3 copies of Excavator Dragon Vario Dignio. This card also just puts itself into soul, which is why we're playing it, because you soul blast so much in this deck. It's really big, especially if you have a Persona Ridden Tamayura on your board. And it just says, instead of retiring, you just put it into soul. It gives another rear guard 5k. And yeah, it frees up your zone, so you don't have to retire stuff. You just put this into your soul, and you have an open space to call your twins out. So really good card. I did consider playing the other grade 3, which probably when the new Stealth Twins come out, since it puts more than 2 cards into your soul at the same time, that one would be much better because it comes up in that case. Usually on a turn you get 1 or 2 into your soul, but with the new twins you're going to have 2 guaranteed minimum. So I'm probably going to play that grade 3 over this one when the new twins come out. But for this tournament, we are running 3 copies of Vario Dignio. It's a really good card. And then, of course, 3 more copies of the grade 3 Tamayura. This is Main Girl. This is Super Best Girl. I know I called the twins Best Girl 1, Best Girl 2. This is Best Girl, Best Girl. She is the main reason you're playing this deck. Beginning of your ride phase, all your front rows hit 5. Okay? If you're Persona Ride, you add the 10 on top of that, so it turns everything in your front row to 15. And then on swing, it's going to call, you could counterblast 1 to either call any card from your soul to a rearguard circle, or 2 twins from your soul to rearguard circles. So you call your twins, each twin can get their effect if you happen to have 4 soul, if you build your soul that fast. If you don't build your soul that fast, you can either draw a card off a twin, or you can retire, not retire, you can put a rearguard your opponent controls into their soul, which are those effects. And yeah, this is just the main reason you play the deck. This deck plays super aggro. You're going for early swing super fast, so you're trying to get as much damage as you can, so you get, hopefully, you kill your opponent on the first or second 5 swing turn. And now the orders. There are orders in this deck, surprisingly, in Archetype. So we're running 3 copies of Fleeting Shine That Lights Life. This card is amazing. If I had space to play 4 of these cards, I would play 4 of these cards, but I do not, unfortunately. This card says Soul Blast 2. If you have Tamayura as your Vanguard, your opponent's Vanguard gets the effect that their entire front row loses 10k. This card says, screw you, Flagbird. This deck went so well against Flagbird since it's super aggro, and Flagbird just doesn't care about Flagbird. You go off, you're like, sure, I'm just going to block with everything. Okay, now you're dead. So yeah, this card's super cool. Really like it. The other promo order that is coming out, it's not legal for this tournament, unfortunately. If that was legal, I'd probably play 2 and 1. Because it does also get your twins out of draw by Soul Blasting 2, which you can get them back into Soul, so it basically nets it even, minus a card in hand. And then, of course, for those people who did notice, I am only playing 3 copies of the PG because I am playing 1 copy of Elementaria Sanctitude. This card I just got in today, still sealed. It cost me $25, but it's 100% worth it for this tournament. This card also says, screw you, Flagbird, because I don't care if I'm going to have to use 3 units, because I'm just going to drop this order and you cannot hit me anymore. So it plays really well around card restricts. And yeah, it's just, why would you not be playing this card if you're going to a competitive landscape? So yeah, that's the deck right now. Like I said, the new Tamayura cards are going to come out eventually, and I am going to buy into them very quickly. They are really good, of course. Putting a bunch of cards into your soul from your rear guards circles is really cool. And yeah, so this is what I'm bringing to BRO. What I'm expecting for matchups, I'm expecting a lot of Flagbird, expecting a lot of Gravidia, and I'm expecting a lot of Prison. Really, the deck I'm most scared of probably playing against is Prison and or Gravidia. Like I said, this deck plays really well against Flagbird because you just don't care. It plays super aggro, and that deck's kind of slow. But Gravidia, it does struggle with because it does also apply a kind of early damage through its meteors. So yeah, we're just going to have to see how next weekend goes. As I'm filming this, it is the 9th of December. Hopefully I'll have this uploaded on the same day. And yeah, hopefully you'll start to see more content soon with this deck when it comes to Vanguard. So yeah, stay tuned for more decks. Hopefully I'll get more Vanguard, more Yu-Gi-Oh, more maybe some Pokemon, and definitely some Magic. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace.